We are back. It's week 14, and yes, if you've been wondering where we've been, let's just say it's been a chaotic couple of weeks. Week 12 was a bit of a write off. I was in hospital dealing with a couple of kidney stones, which I can confirm are not a laugh. Genuinely wiped me out. And then, in true bet shuffle spirit, and against medical advice, I went to the States in week 13 for some NFL chaos. Me and a couple of friends went to Ravens Bengals. We were in Philadelphia for Eagles Bears and finished it all up with Jets Falcons in New York City. So, yes, apologies for the break, but we are back. Still bruised, still limping, and looking for some prop line wins this week to start the Christmas period with a bang. Alright, we're kicking things off with the 60 Lucky 15, spread across 4 games, all player prop lines, all trending the right way. Let's get into it. Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Cole Kmet over 10.5 yards. Big man Cole Kmet, 6'6", a regular red zone option and still a favourite target for Caleb Williams. Yes, Colston Loveland's emergence has taken some of his targets, but with a line this low, we're happy to back Kmet to go over it for the second week running. He's logging around 70% of snaps, so he's always live for a catch or even an anytime touchdown. Romeo Doubs over 38.5 yards. Doubs is still running routes on over 80% of snaps and caught 4 of 5 targets last week. Kirk has taken some deep work, but Doubs is still explosive, and this line is 10 yards shorter than our projection. The Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. Nick Chubb over 20.5 rushing yards. Chubb's lost running back 1 status to Woody Marks, but Marks is carrying a foot injury, and Chubb is still grinding away. We had him projected at 25 plus yards without the injury news, so 20.5? Yes, please. Hollywood Brown over 12.5 receiving yards. With most coverage focused on Rice, Kelsey and Worthy, Hollywood might just sneak one. 40% of offensive snaps is enough to grab a couple of catches and clear this line. The Broncos at the Raiders. Cortland Sutton over 38.5 receiving yards. Bo Nix's favourite target. The Broncos are 10-2 and the Raiders are giving up 210 passing yards per game. Under 50 yards for Sutton is always value. Evan Engram over 28.5 receiving yards. One of our season-long go-to guys. He's just cleared 70 plus last week and this line again feels too low. The Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Malik Washington over 24.5 receiving yards. 3 catches a game, cleared in 5 of his last 6, and with the Dolphins chasing playoffs, he should get chances. Adonai Mitchell, over 46.5 receiving yards. With Garrett Wilson on IR and 19 targets over his last 2 games, Mitchell is wide receiver 1 and should eat again this week. That lucky 15 comes in at 157-1. And as ever with this format, if all 4 land, it's a monster payout, but there's always a bit of insurance baked in. Even 2 or 3 hits. Next up is the 30, and this week we're swinging for a big return with a 5-fold of 2+ passing touchdowns built around 5 quarterbacks we think are primed to deliver. It's priced at 41-1, and here's the logic. Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins at Jets. Still in with a chance of the playoffs, and Tua's thrown 2+ in 3 of his last 4. That Jets defense I saw in person last week and it ain't good. Sam Darnold, Seahawks at Falcons. Seattle are back on track against a checked out Falcons team. Darnold, with JSN in support, could and should do damage. Bo Nix, the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. Denver rolling. Nix is hitting stride and the Raiders leak 210+ passing yards a game. Expect 2 of those to hit the paint. Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans. Arrowhead, off a loss, say no more. Mahomes in bounce back mode is never a bad bet. Daniel Jones, Colts at Jacks. The Colts are sliding. Jones knows they need to land punchers. We think he throws 2 of them. So a £10 bet returns £420. Big price, Big names, big week. Right, time for the 10, and we're swinging big with an anytime touchdown treble, coming in at 62-1. Mark Andrews, Ravens v Steelers. Lamar's go-to guy. Steelers struggle v tight ends. New contract signed this week. What better way to celebrate? Chimere DK. Titans at Browns. Bit of a long shot, but he scored for us 2 weeks ago. In the mix, and 15-4 is a cracking price. And finally, Keenan Allen, Eagles at Chargers. Still the red zone guy in LA. Loves a home game under the lights. 15-4 is once again value. 10 quid returns £631. Exactly the kind of Christmas wildcard swing we love. Our survivor section. Last time out, we parlayed 3 big favourites together using reduced spreads. And it paid off. So naturally, we're doubling down for week 14. We head into the week sitting on £29.67, and here's how we're playing it. LA Rams minus 4.5 at the Arizona Cardinals, Chicago Bears plus 10.5 at the Green Bay Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs plus 2.5 versus the Texans. That treble pays out £98, and if it lands, we're set up nicely heading into the final stretch. That's it for week 14. We're back, we're firing, and we're chasing that Christmas pot boost with some big lines this week. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. Kidney stones, transatlantic flights, and somehow back here in one piece. It's been quite a journey. As always, if you're tailing any of the bets, do it responsibly, only with what you can afford, and never chase losses. We'll be back next week for unbelievably week 15 with more picks, more chaos, and maybe, just maybe, some winners to unwrap early. Hopefully, one less kidney stone too. Until then, good luck, happy punting, and shuffle those bets. Good luck.